Right, so I'm going to show you what I'm doing now. I've ordered the wrong bearings for my beater. I actually thought they'd, I don't know why, I thought they were the same as these, and they're not. It's slightly thicker. So here's the beater. They're the bearings I ordered, slightly wrong. That's actually the bearing that came off it. If you see, it's just slightly bigger. So I'll just show you the shaft anyway. I'm going to take them to the shop and get them checked and get the right ones. So they're the, sorry about the state of my van, I'll clean it up tomorrow. Yeah, so I'll take that to the shop, make sure I get the right ones. So this is obviously the throat of the combine. Crop goes through there, and what I've done is, this is the what would be the concave. The thrash is against the edges here. These concave bars, and obviously it's not like a standard concave. It's not like say normal combine, but I've turned the edges round so that the edges are sharp where it's threshing against it. It's like got a decent edge, and the same with the drum. The drum's been running on the same edge for a long time. So what I'm going to do is just spin the whole thing round so that it's cutting against like a raised edge, instead of, like you can see, these have been flattened. If you notice how that it goes one way and then the other way, and that continues through the whole drum, so that as the drum's spinning round, each time it gets hit, it goes one way, then the other way, then one way, then the other way, and it agitates the crop, knocks all the grain out of it, and then it hits against this beater that flicks it up into the combine, onto this raddle. So most of the crop, well, the crop should be separated out as it flicks up onto here. So I'll just show you this raddle. This is the false bottom that I fitted. I've had to just adjust it slightly so that these woods aren't unduly hitting it, because it creates heat and shock, and it will break the raddle and it will wear the combine out quicker. So what I've done is just kept on adjusting it slightly to get it right in the right place, and that's the same at the back where the sprockets run at the back here, so that, you know, it's not causing any undue like stress on the machine. The book says to measure between the bottom of this slat and the false bottom, the metal bit, 1.5 to 2, between 1.5 and 2 inches. So do that each side, and what I do is then I'll run the combine up, and what happens is when you run it up, put it in on low revs and speed it up, then disengage the mechanism and then slow the revs down and turn the engine off, and then come down, and you'll find that, especially if you've put this in just to adjust, you'll find some slack in the chain. So then take up the slack again with these. You undo this bolt here, and then this bolt, you do this bolt up and draw it all forward and keep on doing it until you just get it right. Same both sides. But one thing I've altered on this combine is these bits here actually go in between the false bottom and the frame of the combine, like the bodywork of the combine, and they're part of the adjuster. And with that bolt tight there, they're quite tight in it, and it puts a lot of stress on this thread. So I actually took them out and I cleaned up the edges of these, so that, you know, folded them down a bit, cleaned up the gap where they fit with a hacksaw blade and a little bit of sandpaper, and put some copper slip on the spit where it slides, and then when it's all adjusted right, I literally can't get my hand up there. I mean, as you can see, you know, I can't get my hand up there. My hand wouldn't fit there, even the wood weren't in the way. And this, I put more grips on there and then do that nut up, and I do that every time I adjust this, which is quite for me it's fair enough. And like if you look, you might be able to just see them. There's 4 bolts on each side, there's another one right at the top, and there's 2 self tappers in the middle. So I'm going to have another attempt at showing you it running. Hopefully I don't press the wrong button this time. My phone on me. So this is control panel. So that's your throttle, up throttle. That's your engine stop. That's your that engages your combine thresher. That's your gears there. I mean, not that it matters at the minute, but that's your brake and that's your clutch. So when you twist that forward, that's increased speed, that's decreased speed. With that in the forward position, up and down is wheel height. With that in the rear position, up and down is header height. Simple controls. That's your lights. So let's see, hopefully it runs. It did a minute ago. Right, gauge mechanism, look. So as you can see, well, as you can hear, there's not much noise. I've checked it already, so I know. So I can rev it up, put it in gear and listen to it. If there's loads of noise, there's something wrong. So it should go all right. There you go. There you go. I'm quite happy with it. You know, I'm going to keep an eye on it just to make sure. Want it braking in harvest, but my next job is putting the throat on. So I'm getting there, you know. Just a couple of little bits to do, you know. Obviously I've got to put the header on at some point. But that won't be until all this mud dries out. Might do another video to show you putting the front on, just to see. But there you go. You know, it's getting there. Obviously made a mistake getting the wrong bearings, but never mind. You know, I can sort that out another day. So yeah, I'll see you again.